That is Nero fiddling while Rome burns. What is Mr. Waltz doing while Minnesota crumbles? It is burning. Today, no matter what you see or what you hear, we are taking a stand. We are drawing that line in the sand. We're saying no more. I ask this everywhere I go and speak. By the way, my name's Kyle Hughes with the Constitutional Law Group. Along with Lisa Hanson and Vern, we helped plan this today. Very short notice, she did a phenomenal job. Everybody give it up for Lisa Hanson and Vern. We have two choices. We either stand up or we die on our knees. Who's gonna stand up? Who's gonna stand up? Who's gonna make no more a rally cry? No more!
No more!
They can't even hear you across the street. No more!
No more!
I think Rochester heard that. Make St. Paul hear this. No more!
No more!
No more!
No more!
No more!
No more!
It is no secret what the governor or the acting governor, what Mr. Ellison, the health departments, the liquor boards, what they're doing is criminal. It is literally a terrorist act. They are coercing, intimidating the civilian population for a political agenda, for a social agenda. That is the definition of terrorize. That goes against the Patriot Act of 2001, Section 802, domestic terrorism. They are criminals. We need to bring them to justice. They are serving unlawful restraining orders against businesses. No judge's signature, no date. Ask me, if you get that same thing in the mail or somebody hands it to you and walks away, would you comply with that? No! Should the businesses be coerced to give up their business, to go broke, to have their families go broke, to have their employees go broke because of illegitimate paperwork? No! I thank you again for coming. This is awesome. And remember, Marbury versus Madison is a Supreme Court ruling from 1803, over 200 years long. It simply states, any law, order, statute that is repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. That means anything that goes against the Constitution is not a law. I got some great news that we all need to stand up, and if we do this together, we can defeat Mr. Walz. We can stop Mr. Ellison and the health department. This is the Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. No other law surpasses it. We have unalienable rights. That means they cannot be taken away.
Right.
We have Larvita here from Havens Garden. They've been attacking her for the longest here, threatening her with just jerk moves. I can't say it in public because there's children here, what I think, but is Lisa Monet here? Did she make it yet? All right. Larvita, would you like to say a couple words?
I just really want to say thank you. Thank you all for being here, supporting Lisa Hanson, and just showing the governor that we are taking back our country, that we love America, and that we are here to stay, and we are going to keep America, America. We're not going to just walk away, bow down, like he said. We're going to take a stand, and we're going to fight and stand on what we believe in, and that's the Constitution, our God, Yahweh. And we're going to know that our governor, or no man, can take away our freedoms, and we're not going to bow down and stand and allow him to do that. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone for being here. I really appreciate it. Lisa really appreciates it. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. I want to read something to you real quick before I bring Andy up. 56 men pledged their lives, their fortunes, their sacred honor. It was no idle pledge. 17 signers lost everything they owned. 5 signers were captured and tortured in prison. 12 signers, homes were burned to the ground. 9 signers died of their wounds during war. The majority of the signers' wives and offspring were killed or mistreated and left penniless. No signer, despite the overwhelming odds, ever defected from their oath, unlike the leaders today who are violating their oath. Freedom isn't free. It takes sacrifice. It takes people like you, business owners like Lisa and Larvita, and Lisa in Lakeville, and the other ones that are trying to open up, to stand up. It's not going to be pretty, but if we come together, we will succeed. One success story from Kentucky, I want to bring up Andrew, who owns Brew Company in Lexington, Kentucky. He has fought his governor and he has won.
I don't know if it's just because Kentucky's really warm, but I am really impressed by the amount of people out here. It's like 25 degrees. I don't know. I mean, you guys, it's pretty impressive. That's all I got to say. So some of you may be wondering why a boy from Kentucky's up here telling you guys about what happened in our state. What happened in our state was our governor came in and put a 3-week ban on indoor dining. And because a couple of us stood up and said, I dare you to arrest us. I demand to be arrested for serving coffee or I will keep going. Nothing else will suffice. You will have to drag me out of there in handcuffs for people to not be able to come on in, sit down, eat, and drink a cup of coffee in my shop. And a couple others joined in, about 2 others. And we dared them to say America is so far gone that you get arrested for making a sandwich. And I can tell you this much. Our rallying cry was heard and over 1,000 restaurants signed on to a petition to reopen Kentucky at the expiration of that order to 50% capacity. And I'm here to tell you, 3 days before that order expired, our governor came out and said, on the record highest day of cases in our state, that indoor dining would be reopened to 50% 2-3 days later. And what we discovered in Kentucky, everybody's discovering everywhere else. The government is weak, and they're pretending to be strong. We are strong, and we are pretending to be weak. We have been backed into a corner. We don't have a choice. They think they're just asking us to maybe lose some money. They have not built a thing. They do not understand it. They never will. Do not feel selfish. Do not feel guilty when people who've contributed nothing to our society are telling you you're selfish and you're wrong. They don't know the years we have sacrificed of working 20-hour days, not seeing our family just to save up enough or just to work enough shifts to pay our rent that month. They have never been faced with the decision to not pay your rent so you can pay the bills of others so they can pay their rent. They don't make those choices. Have they gone a day without a paycheck? No! They have something to fall back on. That's why they don't understand it. It's real easy to give up something if you can just go get another job as a lawyer or as a doctor or whatever else your degree brings you. But when you're a working class person and you have built up something in your life, they're not asking you to just give it up. They're asking you to look at your family at night and say, I gave it up without a fight. That is something we cannot do. So the health department came in and said, your license is revoked. We're calling the police to close you. And I said, let's see what happens. I'm here to tell you, Lexington Police Department, Lexington Sheriff's County Department, they didn't come. They don't want a part of that mess. We said arrest us for making coffee, and they said, I don't really want to. I don't want to do that. So we stayed open. The health department filed a lawsuit against us to close. The judge granted it, but with a bond. Took the health department 2 days to post that bond. And then once they did, we did stop making food. Just the next day, some food trucks showed up outside and started serving it. And our governor was asked every day, why is Brood still open? What are you gonna do about it? He couldn't do a thing. I'm here to tell you, not only did we come out the other side, I have my food license back. We are operating fully 100%. Another shop in the state beans. They didn't go after them civilly, they went after them criminally, charged them for operating a restaurant without a license. 3 days later, they dropped those charges. They won't do anything. At this point, if you're a business owner and your business is closed, it is by your choice. Do not try to blame it on a virus. Do not try to blame it on some decision. Do not try to just sit there and say, I can't do anything. Yes, you can. You can open, you can operate, and you can say, I can do it safely. I will let my customers choose. I will let them have their liberty of choosing who they want to do business with, because that is our right under our freedom of commerce. On TV, they're talking about your stimulus bills, and they're talking about more PPP loans. I don't want your loans. I don't want your stimulus bills. You
Right
can't
on.
do anything for me. I don't want you to.
Good.
I just want to be left alone. And yet, here we are having to march in the streets just to be left alone. When you are the one who's advocating for the lack of force, not advocating for force, I'm here to tell you, you're on the right side of history. As we were marching through, I noticed there's a counter protest of 5-6 people across the street. How many people are here? To recognize where public opinion is falling. You are done. Stop. You will not be able to live in your own states anymore if you keep this up. We are tired of what you have to say. We're tired of what you're doing, and we're standing up and we're daring you to do something about it. You're not going to do anything, so sit down, shut up, and let us work.
I don't know about you, but I got goosebumps. I must be a preacher. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, right here in Freeborn County, we met with Sheriff Freitag earlier this morning, a phenomenal constitutional sheriff. If you're from Freeborn County, you make sure you reach out to him and say thank you. You make sure you support your sheriffs. They are there for you. They are our last line of defense. We are at the point where we need them to stand up, honor their oath to defend and uphold that Constitution. Whatever county you're from, I implore you to go back, form a patriot group, start going, reaching out, building that relationship with your sheriffs. It is important that you support them any way possible, whether that's campaigning, because if you got a good constitutional sheriff, you want them in that spot for as long as they want to be in that spot. Whether it's fundraising, whether it's getting out and just doing community relations, or just simply going, hey Sheriff, how can we support you? How can you be assured that we are here for you? They will give you the answer, and they will be on your side. Sheriff Freitag is not going to allow the unconstitutional actions that are being taken at the state level. We informed him of a few things today that he was quite frankly disgusted by. as a law enforcement officer, he understands the oath he took, how sacred it is. He understands that's a contract. He understands that when these elected and appointed officials break that oath, they are committing treason and seduction against we the people. The last person I'm going to bring up, she inspires me. Every time I asked her, we just started talking about doing some talking at her business, and then it was, well, let's find a parking lot. Then it was, well, maybe there's a farmer that will let us go out on his land. And every time I asked, how big do you want to go? How big of a message you want to send? And she kept on saying, all right, I'm going to step forward. There's that line in the sand. Well, we can go bigger. There's that line in the sand. She kept on stepping up and stepping up. Finally, I said, Lisa, Vern, how ballsy do you want to get? What is more of a message than hundreds of people marching down arm in arm down the street to the courthouse saying no more?
No more!
And she said, I'm ready to be that person. So, I give you Lisa Hanson, owner of the Interchange.
Thanks, Kyle. Hello, Patriots! You guys are awesome. You look beautiful out here today. I don't know how many of us are here, but there's a bunch of us, and I think we made our police department a little nervous. Sorry, gentlemen, ladies. Our chief of police asked me, he said, you know, are we gonna need to block roads off for you guys and other things? I said, you know, I don't know, chief. I can't tell you. I don't know how many people are gonna come out. But look what you guys are doing. You came out. Give yourselves a hand. So my name is Lisa Hanson. I'm the proud mama of 8 children, grandma to 9 of the most beautiful grandbabies on the face of the earth. I'm married to my high school sweetheart of 38 years, of which we just celebrated January 1st. I'm the owner of the Interchange. And I'm the one causing all the trouble down here in Albuquerque. All the trouble for exercising my lawful, unalienable, constitutional rights. I'm a red-blooded American, and last time I checked, we are still standing on American soil. Thank you for joining us on this brisk January day in Albert Lea, Minnesota. We the people have come together from near and far for one purpose: to take back our liberties and freedoms, our lawful and constitutional rights as Americans. I promise I'll pick it up later. I would like to recognize those who have served and are serving the United States of America and her people in a military capacity. The bravest patriots of all, thank you for your service to our country. In addition, I'd like to also recognize our law enforcement. Thank you to our men and women in blue for daily putting their lives on the line to serve and protect the law-abiding people. Thank you to our own Sheriff Freitag and the men and women of the Sheriff's Office who have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America.
Thank you, Sheriff!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are in the constitutional fight of our lives. Since March of this year, the governor has put our state into a tailspin, wreaking havoc on we the people.
We the people! We the people! We the people!
He has maintained his unlawful emergency powers for 10 long months. He is to blame for the huge losses that we the people have endured. Due to the governor's unlawful and unconstitutional shutdown, businesses have permanently closed. Our neighbors, family, and friends are without a job. Depression and suicide is at an all-time high. Addiction, domestic abuse, suicide is at an all-time high. Addiction and domestic abuse have skyrocketed. Even children are being singled out for no good reason, while restrictions continue to be placed on their lives. Adults and children alike are suffering. Our economy is suffering. Our republic is suffering. While some are allowed to riot and destroy our cities, others are told they must hide away in their homes. While big box stores are allowed to pack their stores, restaurants, bars, gyms, dance studios, and more are shut down, all in the name of safety. In November, when the second shutdown came, I had a choice to make. I was out of funds, no more money. I needed to either close my business permanently or open up fully. I said to myself, if I'm going down fighting. Standing on my constitutional rights, I chose to lawfully open on December 16th. I remain open as we speak. I will stand as long as our great Constitution stands as the law of this land. The liberties and freedoms I have enjoyed for these 56 years of my life are being quickly and ferociously ripped from us. We've not been paying attention. We got soft. We forgot about the price that was paid that allowed us to enjoy life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Let us not forget those who gave their very lives so we could enjoy ours. These liberties and freedoms did not come without a price. These liberties and freedoms were fought for. Multitudes gave their very blood, their very lives, which afforded you and me our unalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, why is this little 5'4" mama and grandma standing up? Why am I willing to risk hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines, lawsuits, losing my licenses, and possible jail time? Let me be honest. It would have actually been easier and less painful to permanently close our doors of the interchange, count our losses, and go on living our lives quietly and peaceably. I've never been one to take the easy road. Thank you. In my opinion, the easy road leads to nothing worth living for. I desire for my children and grandchildren, your children and grandchildren, and all future generations to enjoy the same liberties and freedoms we have been so blessed to experience. This fight is not only for our business and employees, our children and grandchildren, but also for all the future generations, for the people of Minnesota, and for the good people, and for the good people of the greatest country on the face of this earth, the United States of America.
USA! 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 USA!
What we are fighting is an evil that desires to destroy our lives and our country as we know it. An evil that prefers socialism, communism, and Marxism in lieu of the republic that we are.
Death to socialism.
This country was founded on godly principles that have and will continue to stand the test of time. It is time to choose, to stand. Sitting back is no longer an option. We, the people, as living, breathing men and women of Minnesota and the United States of America, are standing firm upon our unalienable rights, protected by the Constitution of the United States and the state of Minnesota. Mr. Walz, Mr. Ellison, along with the Department of Health at state and local levels, the Liquor Board, City Councils, county boards, mayors, and city managers are trespassing on our rights. They are not only in violation of the oath of office they took, they are committing a multitude of crimes against we, the people, including domestic terrorism, a violation of the U.S. Patriot Act of 2001. Legislators, governors, health departments, attorney generals were never given authority to control the behavior of the people, as we read in the U.S. Supreme Court decision, all laws, rules, and practices which are repugnant to the Constitution are null and void. Marbury versus Matson, just in case you wanted that reference. Elected and or appointed officials do not have the authority to rule make. Where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them. Miranda versus Arizona. In conclusion, today I stand for the, let me start that over there, because this is a really good part. I want to get it right. Okay. In conclusion, today I stand not for the red or the blue. I stand for the red, white, and blue. I stand for we, the people of these United States of America. I stand for liberty, for freedom. I stand for the people's rights. Today, I ask, will you comply with unlawful, unconstitutional, tyrannical elected officials, or will you stand for liberty and justice for all?
USA! 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 USA!